Hey, church, it's a privilege to be able to continue to spend some time in prayer during these extended closures. We're, as a church, leaning into an extended season of prayer. This week, what's going to prompt our prayer together is Joshua chapter 7, probably one of the most familiar stories within the story of Joshua as he's stepping into the promised land, as God had promised to Abraham and then to Moses as he delivered the Israelites from Israel. Here Joshua is stepping in and moving through different cities as God would deliver them to the Israelites. And as they step into Jericho, there's this unique story that takes place where God commands Joshua and the people of Israel on how to take the city of Jericho because God had already given it to them. But the strategic army plan was to walk around the city walls, and on the seventh day that they would blast their trumpets as loud as they could, and that those walls would come down. And archaeology actually confirms that the walls have come down around Jericho in a way that's really unique when it comes to cities that have been fortified and then defeated. The walls fell outward, creating kind of a ramp for the Israelites to come in. And when I think through this story and the story of Joshua, I'm reminded that God's plans always require a step of faith by God's people. That God had already delivered Jericho into the hands of the Israelites, but they had to walk in the fullness of God's plans for their life. They had to have faith that God had already gone before them and defeated the city of Jericho in the ways that God had promised them. And so as they're walking around the city, there's no surprise attack. There's nothing strategic about this. It is fully and completely in God's plan. And the people of Israel had to have faith in their God. And the same is true for you and I today, is that we have to have faith in God's plans, that we are a people who don't walk by sight, but we walk by faith. And it's my prayer for us this week, and I would invite you to join me in praying, that we would be a people of faith, that we wouldn't walk by sight, but we would walk by faith, trusting in the plans and the promises of God, that we would believe that God has gone before us and that we would follow him wherever he would lead. I'm thankful for you. I'm praying with you this week. God bless.